The world of MMA has no shortage of drama, surprises, and jaw-dropping revelations this week. From a champion battling through adversity to a former kingpin calling for a high-stakes rematch, let's dive into what's making waves in the fight game. In the fight world, athletes are no strangers to pain, but what Merab endured recently is beyond anything most fighters would dare to push through. Merab, known for his relentless cardio and iron will, the bantamweight standout found himself grappling with a severe leg infection that almost cost him more than just a fight. It nearly took his leg. It all started with a training injury that seemed manageable at first. However, as days passed, the wound worsened and escalated into a dangerous staph infection. Doctors even floated the possibility of amputation if the infection spread further, a grim scenario for any athlete, let alone one at the top of their game. Despite the severity, Merab refused to back down, continuing his preparation to face the unbeaten Umar Nurmagomedov at UFC 311D. Against all odds, Merab not only competed, but handed Nurmagomedov his first professional loss, proving why he's one of the toughest fighters in the UFC. While the performance solidified his status as a top contender, fans are left wondering, how long can Merab maintain this breakneck pace in such a demanding division? If there's one thing Charles Oliveira doesn't lack, it's ambition. The former lightweight champ, fresh off an impressive win against Beneil Dariush, has his sights set on something big while waiting for his inevitable rematch against Islam Makhachev. But instead of sitting on the sidelines, Oliveira has called out featherweight legend Max Holloway for a rematch, a fight that dates back to their first. For those who don't remember, the first fight ended anticlimactically when Oliveira suffered an unusual neck injury in the opening round. Holloway was awarded the win, but Oliveira never got a chance to truly showcase his skills. Now, with both fighters more evolved and established than ever, the prospect of a rematch feels electric. Oliveira proposed that the fight take place during International Fight Week, adding the spice of the BMF belt to the mix. Max Holloway, ever the competitor, has already shown interest, leaving fans salivating at the thought of these two going to war. A win for either man could solidify their legacies as all-time greats in the sport, and let's be honest, a fight like this practically guarantees fireworks. When it comes to personalities outside the cage, few are as polarizing as Nina Marie Daniela. Known by fans as Nina Drama, as a social media influencer turned MMA content creator, Nina's unique approach has garnered her both admiration and criticism. But this week, she took things to another level with some controversial antics that left the MMA community buzzing. Her latest post, a cheeky New Year's photo shoot featuring fighter-themed props, triggered a wave of reaction. Some fans loved her playful take on the sport, calling it a fresh perspective on fighter promotion, but others found her self-righteousness. Others, however, saw it as unnecessary theatrics that distract from the actual fighters. While Nina has her share of critics, it's hard to deny her growing influence in the MMA world. Fighters like Sean O'Malley and Israel Adesanya have publicly supported her content, seeing it as a new way to connect with younger fans. Still, purists argue that the sport should focus more on the athletes and less on external personalities. Love her or hate her, Nina Drama knows how to keep herself at the center of the conversation, and in today's MMA landscape, that's half the battle. Heavyweight phenom Tom Aspinall has never been one to mince words, and this week he's at it again, this time taking aim at Dana White and the UFC's pound-for-pound rankings. The controversy started when Islam Makhachev was crowned the new pound-for-pound king following his stunning head kick knockout of Alexander Volkanovski. While most fans and fighters were impressed, Aspinall found the shift in rankings a bit premature. In an interview, Aspinall didn't shy away from voicing his concerns. Pound-for-pound rankings are a joke, he said bluntly. It feels like they're based more on hype and timing than consistency. He went on to question why fighters like Jon Jones, who many consider the greatest of all time, could be dethroned so quickly. Aspinall's take isn't just a critique of Makhachev, it's a broader critique of how the UFC markets its stars. They're always looking for the next big thing, but they forget about the legacy guys, he added. Whether you agree with Aspinall or not, his candidness is a breath of fresh air in a sport where fighters often tiptoe around sensitive topics. Aspinall's comments are sure to fuel more debates as fans and analysts grapple with what pound for pound really means. The light heavyweight division has been in flux since Jon Jones vacated the title, and Alex Pereira's rise to the top has only added to the intrigue. Now, Pereira is set to defend defend his belt against one of the division's most dangerous challengers, Magomed Ankalaev, at UFC 313. This fight isn't just a title defense, it's a clash of styles that could redefine the division. Pereira, a former two-division Glory kickboxing champion, has built his MMA career on jaw-dropping knockouts and a striking game that's second to none, but Ankalaev is no ordinary contender. With a background in combat sambo and a near-flawless UFC record, Ankalaev brings a well-rounded skill set that poses a unique challenge to Pereira's stand-up dominance. The question on everyone's mind, can Pereira keep the fight standing long enough to land his signature shots, or will Ankalaev's grappling heavy approach prove too much? Ankalaev's game plan is no secret: close the distance, grind Pereira against the cage, and take him to the ground. But as Pereira has shown time and time again, all it takes is one well-placed left hook to change the narrative. The stakes for this fight couldn't be higher. A win for Pereira would solidify his place as one of the most dangerous champions in UFC history, while Ankalaev could stake his claim as the division's new kingpin. One thing's for sure, UFC 313 is shaping up to be a must-watch event for fight fans everywhere. From Merab inspiring resilience to potential legacy-defining showdowns involving Charles Oliveira and Alex Pereira, the MMA world is buzzing with excitement. These stories remind us why we love this sport. It's unpredictable, thrilling, and always evolving. Whether it's fighters pushing through adversity or calling out the establishment, there's never a dull moment. What are your thoughts on these developments? Let's keep the conversation going, because the MMA world never sleeps.